Hello friends, welcome back. Hearty welcome to you. Let us try to solve this example together. Complex numbers. Let z is x plus iy be a complex number where x and y are integers. This is very important. We have been told that x and y are integers. This should be useful to us after some time. Then the area of the rectangle whose vertices are the roots of the equation z into z dash cube plus z dash into z cube equal to 350 is how much? We have couple of options there. We have to pick the right choice. Okay. Now we have been given z equal to x plus iy. So let's go ahead and try to find out what is this equation, how it looks like. Can we simplify this and find out the roots of them? Because if I know the roots, they are nothing but the vertices are roots of the equation. So you know rectangle, we need 4 vertices. That means from this particular equation, whatever we have, I should get all the 4 vertices. And we know rectangle opposite sides are equal also. So let us see how this goes. First we'll try to substitute z equal to x plus iy. Before that, what I will do, I'll write down what is given to us. I will say that what is given to me is z into z dash whole cube plus z dash into z cube equal to 350. I will apply one simple property. The property is z into z dash equal to z square. So I will write it as again z dash. I will multiply with z and I will separate z square there, and I will say that is equal to 350. The property we are using is z into z conjugate is nothing but equal to, or z into z dash is equal to mod z whole square, are nothing but equal to x square plus y square in this particular scenario. So we know that this part will become, we know that this part and this part will become x square plus y square. So we can write down x square plus y square into z dash square plus x square plus y square into z square is equal to 350. Now we'll move to the next step and we'll try to now substitute what is z and what is z dash. We know that z is x plus iy and z dash is x minus iy. So let's substitute that. We will say x square plus y square, we'll take it common and we will write down z dash square is x minus iy whole square plus z square is x plus iy whole square. This is equal to 350. Now we have a formula here. The formula is a minus b whole square plus a plus b whole square is equal to 2 into a square plus b square. Leveraging that particular formula, we have x square plus y square multiply with 2 into a square plus b square. I can take 2 outside. A square is x square. What is b? B square is I square y square. Can I write I square equal to minus 1? So that will become x square minus y square. I hope you are okay with that. When we multiply, we get 2 into x square plus I square y square. I square y square, but I square is minus 1. So I can write down x square minus y square. Let's simplify this. We have x square plus y square multiply with x square minus y square is equal to 175. This is where we have a roadblock. This is where we have to go back and look at the problem and see how to move forward. That's when our integers will play a crucial role. It says that x and y are integers. That means I have to find out the integers which will add up and multiply in such a way that I'll get 175. For that I'll look into factors of 175. What are the factors of 175? Prime factorization gives me 5 into 5 into 7. So the options I have are 1 into 175. I rule it out. And the next one I have is 5 into 35. I know that x square minus y square is 3 square minus 2 square is 4. So nowhere I have 5. Then the other option I can have is 7 into 25. This seems to be more reliable because we know 3, 4, 5 is a Pythagorean triplet. So can I check for 4 and 3 here? 4 square plus 3 square multiply with 4 square minus 3 square is equal to 175. Is this works out? Fine. 4 square plus 3 square is 25. 4 square minus 3 square is 7. 25 into 7 is 125. That means x and y values will be how much then? X square is 4 square and y square is 3 square. That means can I say x square is 9 or x square is 16 and y square is equal to 9. That means x equal to plus or minus 4 and y equal to plus or minus 3. So now let's look at how our rectangle will be. Let us see how our rectangle will be. Our rectangle will be like this. So I have here minus 4, minus 3. I'm in third quadrant now. Then I go to 4, comma, minus 3. I'm in fourth quadrant. In first quadrant it is 4, comma 3, and in second quadrant it is minus 4, comma 3. Now this is our rectangle with vertices. Now we have been given that we have to find out the area of that rectangle whose vertices are roots of that particular equation, and we found out that x and y are nothing but equal to plus or minus 4 plus or minus 3. Now what is the area of this rectangle? We have to multiply with length and breadth. So what is the, we know that 4 comma 3 minus 4 comma 3 is a horizontal line. That means the distance or length is equal to 8. 4 minus of minus 4 is 8. Similarly, the vertical distance or the breadth here is nothing but 3 minus of minus 3, that's equal to 6. So the area is equal to 8 into 6, that's equal to 48 square units. That should be our answer. So let's look at the option where we have 48. Yes, this is our option. The answer is 48 square units. So let's revise this. Wrap this up. Just summarize. We have been given that z is a complex number x plus iy, and x and y are integers. That's very, very important. And we have been given a condition, and that condition or actually equation z into z dash cube plus z dash into z cube equal to 350. Now whatever the roots of this particular equation, they are the vertices of our rectangle. Then we have to find out the area of that rectangle. So we started saying z equal to x plus iy. We substituted the values. We know z equal to x plus iy and z dash is nothing but x minus iy. We simplified. We got x square plus y square into x square minus y square equal to 175. Lucky for us, 175 prime factorization is simple. 5 into 5 into 7. We have only options 1 into 175, 5 into 35 or 25 into 7. And 25 immediately we know 3, 4, 5 is a Pythagorean triplet. That means x square is 4 square and y square equal to 3 square. Now that means x equal to plus or minus 4 and y equal to plus or minus 3. That means the vertices of the rectangle are minus 4 minus 3, 4 minus 3, 4 comma 3 and minus 4 comma 3. So once we know the vertices, finding out the area is pretty simple. Length is nothing but horizontal line it is, so difference of x coordinates, and the vertical line is breadth, so difference of y coordinates. So that is 8 and 6 are length and breadth. Area equal to 8 into 6, 48 square units. That's one interesting example which I thought of sharing with you. So I'll catch you once again with another interesting example. Till then, keep smiling and sharing. Bye for now. Please let me know your feedback. Drop a mail or give a comment in the video. Thanks for your time and support. Bye for now.